I'm Reverend Karen Lewis. I'm the senior minister. And me standing on this platform right now answers the question that I heard. Are you going to come back? Are you going to come back? Yes, I'm back. For those of you who don't know, I just took my summer vacation, and it was wonderful and fabulous. And I bring back with me a renewed sense of inspiration and really connecting with this beloved community, and where we as a community, as an organism, as a living organism, want to go for these next days, weeks, months, years. So I am very, very grateful to be here. Welcome to all of those of you who are here for the first time. You have chosen a very, very wonderful Sunday. We have a great service already experienced and more to come. And I want to speak a little bit about the title of today's message. It's Summering in Joyful Expectancy. Now, I can tell you, I came up with that title before I went on vacation. And the summer looked like, let your love flow. And I am still committed to that, and I am going to invite each and every one of us to be committed to that, even though for some of us it has gotten a little bit harder. We have had some experiences these last couple of months that perhaps have you question, what is mine to do? How am I to be with what is happening in the world? Our teaching is a teaching that very much focuses on clearing out whatever is within us that is unhealed, that is perhaps getting in the way to recognize the infinite power of the divine that can come through us at every moment. And then things happen. Then things happen. And so my talk today has been rewritten, as I presume almost every clergy member's talk that is speaking today has been rewritten. Because we live in a time that demands for us to, yes, do our inner work and step out in a powerful way for what we believe is right in the world. So, that's where we're going. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. So we traveled to California, and part of our trip was 5 days in Esalen. Some of you might be familiar with this wonderful retreat center right on the ocean at Big Sur. Beautiful country. Beautiful, beautiful country. And there we engaged in 5 days of Gestalt practice. Now, Gestalt practice, the way it was presented, is very much an awareness practice. An awareness practice. What am I feeling, experiencing? What meaning am I assigning to what is happening? And how do I choose to meet, engage, and relate to my world? One of the practices that we did almost every day was an awareness practice. The instructor called it, we are going to the awareness gym. And I thought this is a wonderful practice for all of us to do right now. Now, here in the sanctuary, those of you online, unless you're driving and listening to this talk, let's not do that. But everybody else, it has 3 steps. And we're going to go through them together, but I'm just going to highlight. It's going to be leaning in and becoming fully aware of what is taking place in my inner realm. Then we're going to look at the outer realm. And then we're going to look at what is my mind doing with all of that. So I invite you to just be where you are, fully present, recognizing what has heart and meaning to you. I invite you to feel into your own being, sensing what emotions are going through you right now. Noticing how you're feeling. And then expanding that awareness to what is around you, the outer influences. What are you sensing with your 5 senses? What are you hearing? What are you seeing? How does the air feel on your skin? Notice your breath. And then we step into the awareness of really listening to our thoughts. What meaning am I assigning to what I'm hearing? How am I processing? Am I present? Am I working on my shopping list? Is there something going on in my life that does not allow me to be here fully present right now? And can I be okay with that? And I invite you to breathe in again and come back into this room, into this place where you find yourself. This simple practice is helping us to calm down our nervous system. I don't know if you felt it, but I sure felt it. It just calms us down. And the reason why we're doing that is so we can then open up and see what is mine to do. How am I called to engage with this thing called life? Many of you know that we have a daily text that is being sent out. It usually comes at 9 o'clock in the morning. I think we have about 80 people participating in it. If you are not receiving it yet and you would like to, just see the concierge table after the service or let us know via online and we will sign you up for that. On Wednesday, this was the daily text that came. I am compelled to recognize my good, to understand and accept it, and to act upon it. What a powerful statement by Dr. Ernest Holmes, the founder of this teaching, to really show us what we are called to do. In one simple sentence, recognizing our good. Recognizing, taking a moment, hopefully in the morning before we make our way through the day, and really asking ourselves, what is my good? It can be a particular skill that we have. It can be a good that is coming our way in form of a financial blessing. It can be a relationship. The simple act of becoming fully aware of what is my good elevates it, brings it into our awareness. And I am sure many of us have practices like that. Gratitude practices work very well, right? What am I grateful for? Is that the good that I want to expand in my life? And then it also powerfully talks about that we are not only to recognize our own good and say, okay, I'm good, I'm all good. But it asks us to understand it, accept it, and then, and here's the important part, to act upon it. Beloveds, this is a teaching of oneness. This is not a teaching to just make us feel better. The science of mind comes with the explicit invitation to recognize each and every person as a divine light. And if there is something happening that is dimming that divine light temporarily, to bring our life force, our light forward and lift it up, so that we all experience the freedom from bondage. Is that your understanding of the science of mind? Can I get a yes? Yes. I think it's one of the parts of our teaching that we sometimes are not so aware of. Yes, work on ourselves. Yes, bring forth the best life we came here to live. And make sure we extend that to one another. And with what is happening, what has been happening these last couple of months primarily, we have an opportunity to engage in exactly that. We have an opportunity to not only connect to our own light, but to share it specifically with beloveds who are experiencing a challenging time at this time. So this powerful opportunity today is an invitation for us to recognize the unacknowledged pain body that is in our collective space. Because make no mistake, these last couple of months have been painful. This is the power of community, where we can come together and feel together and heal, to honor and to recognize what no one is willing to stand for. But we are, for we all feel it. I have asked Reverend Jeff and Reverend Laurie to join me in a powerful honoring ceremony, a ritual that we are going to perform, and it is the invitation to every person to participate in it. For those of you at home, online, when we are asking people to stand and connect, I ask you to bring someone to mind that will fall into that category, into that space for healing. So let us begin.
Will all the women in this room please rise? Those on the gender spectrum, please choose your place where you feel called to participate here. Men, please turn to make eye contact and open your hands towards the women near you and repeat after me. I see you. I hear you. Your voice matters to me. I see you. I hear you. Your voice matters to me. Beloved women, I cannot know and do not know what it is to walk your walk. I do not know what it is to live your experience. I do not know what it is to be shunned, quieted, dismissed, disqualified, or ignored. I do not know what it is to routinely not have my story believed. While I do not know what it is to have these experiences, I do know that I can take responsibility right here and now to create a safe place in this spiritual community and say to you clearly and directly, men, please repeat after me again. I see you. I hear you. Your voice matters to me. Thank you. You may be seated.
Will all the people who identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, gender fluid, queer, questioning, intersex, pansexual, two-spirit androgynous, and asexual, please stand. And if you are at home and resonate with one of these titles, I invite you too to stand. Everyone else, please turn to these people and make eye contact. Open your hands and your hearts toward the people near you and repeat after me. I see you. I hear you. Your voice matters. I'd like us to do that again. And if you're at home, please feel this too. I see you. I hear you. Your voice matters to me. Beloved lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, gender fluid, queer, questioning, intersex, pansexual, two-spirit, androgynous, and asexual family. I cannot know and do not know what it is to walk your walk. I do not know what it is to live your experience. I do not know what it is to be shunned, quieted, dismissed, disqualified, or ignored. I do not know what it is to routinely not have my story believed. While I do not know what it is to have these experiences, I do know that I can take responsibility right here and right now to create a safe place in this spiritual community and say to you clearly and directly, all others, please repeat after me. I see you. I hear you. And your voice matters to me. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you. Will all the beloveds who are Black, Indigenous, and people of color in the room please stand? If you're at home, I encourage you to participate. And if you can't make eye contact with one beloved, please have someone come to your mind. And let's go ahead and open our hearts to those beloveds and say, I see you, I hear you. Your voice matters to me. I see you, I hear you. Your voice matters to me. Beloveds, we cannot know and do not know what it is to walk your walk. I do not know what it is to live your experience. I do not know what it is to be shunned, disquieted, dismissed, disqualified, or ignored. I do not know what it is to be routinely not have my story believed. While I do not know what it is to have these experiences, I do know that I can take responsibility right here and now to create a safe space in this spiritual community and say to you clearly and directly, I hear you. I see you. Your voice matters to me. Thank you. You may be seated. May the vibration of our affirmation and the meditation of our heart move out into the wider world and make a difference. And so it is. Let's take a breath. This ritual speaks so powerfully to our interconnectedness. When there is chaos and challenge in one part of the collective, we all feel it. A lot has been spoken about privilege lately, and I think for the first time I really got on a deeper level that the privilege that we have as somebody who is not part of a group of people who is experiencing injustice, the demand is placed upon us to speak up, to let our voices heard, not over their voices, but with. I believe that good will come from this. One of the quotes I was inspired by is by Martin Luther King. He wrote powerfully in a letter from jail, I'm cognizant of the interrelatedness of all communities and all states. I cannot sit idly by in Atlanta and not be concerned about what's happening in Birmingham. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. What affects one directly affects all indirectly. And so as we walk out these next couple of weeks and months, let this be a reminder, a call upon us to take a stand, to let our voice be heard. And of course, we have to first prepare our own being in order to even stand up for it. Yesterday, I was at my granddaughter's 4th year's birthday party, and we went to an indoor amusement park. And an interesting scene happened right here in this huge tree. Right in there were 2 girls engaged in a conversation. It was obviously an older sister and a littler sister. And the littler sister was maybe about 4 years old. And the older sister was like, you just need to put your foot here and this foot there, and then you climb up, and then we can play up there. And the 4-year-old says, I am so scared, I can't even think right now. And I said, that is my point, right there, a 4-year-old. She got it. That is why we have to take this teaching in daily practice, daily relating to the divine, so we can clear out whatever is activated within us, so we can be a vessel for good in the world. And how do we do that? How do we do that? It will look differently for everyone, but I want to offer you these 3 points. First of all, breathe. Let's all do that together. Breathe, yes. Really feel our breath. And then gather. There is power in gathering. There's power in coming together and talking about these things and being willing to be with one another. And when I am down and my friend is full of life, it can lift us up. That's what we do in this spiritual community. We lift each other up. And then the third thing is engage. Engage. And this can look very much like engage in spiritual practice. Engage in signing up for a class. Conveniently, we have a fundamental class of religious science coming up. It is the class where we learn these tools, where we gather every week. It's full of experientials that you can take home the moment you have experienced it. And when I was thinking about this last night, I was inspired to give a personal 100% money-back guarantee. And I'm serious. This is the call. If you haven't been in a class for a while, or if you have not taken a class, come. We're offering it in person, online. We are like removing all the excuses. And there's a 100% money-back guarantee. Of course, read the small print, right? It says, this experience will change your life. I personally guarantee that if you complete the assignments with an open heart and an open mind, with devotion and a willingness to embody and use the tools that are offered in this class, your life will change. Period. Take advantage of it. Come, grow, come, clear out anything that is in the way within you to be that bright, shining light that you are. The world needs your gifts. The world needs our gifts now more than ever. Let us anchor it. Thank you. Thank you. Let us anchor it in prayer. And so I invite the ministers and the practitioners of this teaching to rise. Let us take a moment and connect with our own light. The place within where we know that we are the divine made manifest, that who I am is love, is peace, is harmony, is grace, is joy. And as we connect with it so powerfully, we are now able to walk this out and step fully into it. As we claim the I am. And so from this place of deep knowingness, I know that love always prevails, that the divine is everywhere present, and that even though I am not able to see the good yet, I know that good will come from this, whatever this is. And I recognize the gratitude that naturally just bubbles up. The gratefulness to know how to be with it, how to walk it out. And so it is with an overflowing heart and so much love. I simply place this word into universal law, the law that always says yes. Yes, my beloved, yes. I let it go. I let it be. And so it is.